Hi there, and welcome back for more Explore Tulsa. Now, CV, have you ever shot a bow and arrow?
Of course I have, the kind with the little plungers on the end. You gotta lick them first so they stick pretty good.
Well, the arrows we'll be using at Archery Outpost are probably not the type you want to be licking.
I just hope they have a crossbow like the one Daryl uses in The Walking Dead.
I did not grow up being a hunter, but I always enjoyed watching it, and I think I was always interested in it. I frankly didn't start hunting until I graduated from college and met my soon-to-be wife, and she grew up in western Oklahoma, and they bird hunted out there. That was my first exposure to hunting, and loved it the first time I went. I first got introduced to archery about the mid-2000s, 2005, 2006. One of my workers was a big avid bow hunter, and I always enjoyed hunting, but I'd never been a bow hunter before. So he took me down to a bow shop, got my first bow, and after that first season, I was just hooked. Well, it was kind of twofold. One, the archery store in Tulsa, the pro archery store, which is what we are, had went out of business. I was a bow hunter. I was traveling to Sapulpa. I was traveling to Okmulgee to get my work on. The building and the business that I have here, I had a vacant spot in there, coincidentally at the same time. This happened to be a bow shop 15 years earlier, and we'd still have people coming by looking for the bow shop. So one thing led to another, and it just all worked out. Well, I wouldn't necessarily say that there's a whole lot of athleticism components in bow hunting. It does take some concentration. All the bow hunters that I've ever known has missed an easy shot, and you're always going back wondering what the heck just happened there. So you do have to concentrate. You have to concentrate on your form. You have to know what your limitations are. You don't want to try to take a bad shot that may be out of range. So it's kind of a component to everything. And of course, when the animal's there in front of you, your heartbeat starts going, the adrenaline goes up, and anything can happen. Well, just the excitement of when you're hitting a target. You know, everybody wants to try to hit the bullseye, and that's typically not the case. It takes a lot of skill to do that. But with bow hunting, you don't have to be 100% hitting the crosshairs every time. You can go ahead and be successful in being able to take your range and narrow it down and just go that way. Well, first off, you want to get a bow that fits. Not only bows are set up for different sizes, different draw lengths, different poundages. You don't want to get a bow that's too long, too short, too heavy, too small. But what you want to do is get comfortable. We have a range upstairs, and you know, a lot of what bow hunting is just your budget too. So you can start out with a recurve bow that may be just around $100, all the way up to $1,000 plus compound bows rigged up for what you need. So the best thing is, if you don't know, come on by. There's introductory lessons up here. You can see if you like it and just take it from there. Well, it all starts with really grip and anchor point. You don't want to treat the bow like you're holding it in a vise. It's basically just floating in your hand, more or less. You go back and you anchor, and you want to have a consistency whatever you do. You don't have to have great form as long as you do it consistently every time. But once you get that great form down, that's when all of a sudden your targets go from a group like this to maybe a group like that. Well, one of the things I enjoyed most about teaching somebody to hunt or sharing in their experiences, they will come back and share their experience with us. They may be at the counter 20 minutes talking about just what happened that weekend. What makes them excited gets us excited. We're all part of the same type of group. We all enjoy being out the outdoors, and that's the most fun thing about it, is really being outside to see either the sun comes up or the sun goes down and see just what nature has in store for us.